This is a real-life ghost ship. On December 5th, 1872, British-American ship the Mary Celeste was found abandoned in the Atlantic Ocean. It was in good condition with cargo on board. The only thing missing was a lifeboat, but no one on board was ever heard from again. The ship had left from New York on November 7th, 1872. The captain was Benjamin Briggs, and he had 8 crew members plus his wife and 2-year-old daughter. They had enough supplies, food, and water on board to last for 6 months. And because the boat was in such great condition with everything still on board, it's believed that some extraordinary and alarming circumstances must have caused them to abandon ship. However, the last entry on the ship's log on November 25th reveals nothing unusual, and inside the ship there were no signs of chaos. There are so many conspiracy theories about what could have happened to the Mary Celeste, including mutiny, pirate attacks, or a sea monster attack. Or something a little less crazy, like a fume explosion from the barrels of crude alcohol it was carrying. But overall, the cause behind the ghost ship remains a mystery. What do you think happened?
Imagine a ship sailing in broad daylight, completely abandoned. Picture the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean, where the only sound is the lapping of waves against a ship. This isn't just any ship, but the Mary Celeste, an American merchant brigantine, discovered adrift and deserted off the Azores Islands on December 4, 1872. The chilling part? The ship was in perfect condition, its provisions plentiful, yet not a soul was on board. This wasn't a derelict old vessel, worn down by the elements. No, the Mary Celeste was a ship in her prime, built in Spencer's Island, Nova Scotia, and launched under British registration as Amazon in 1861. She was transferred to American ownership and rechristened as Mary Celeste in 1868. The ship was a thing of beauty, a testament to human ingenuity and the spirit of exploration. But on that fateful December day, she was found, not in a bustling port, but deserted in the middle of the ocean. The crew, a seasoned team of seamen, was nowhere to be found. They had vanished as though they had never been there at all. The ship's logbook, usually a detailed account of a voyage, held no clues. The last entry was logged 10 days before the ship was found. The lifeboat was missing, but there were no signs of a struggle or a hurried evacuation. Yet the Mary Celeste was not a ship in distress. Her cargo of industrial alcohol was largely intact. The ship's provisions could have sustained the crew for 6 months. Even the crew's personal belongings were untouched. It was as if the Mary Celeste was frozen in time, a snapshot of a moment when life simply ceased to exist. The question that has haunted historians and mystery lovers alike for over a century is what happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste? Where did they go, and why did they abandon a perfectly seaworthy ship? One can only speculate, and the theories are as numerous as they are intriguing. A ghost ship, the Mary Celeste, floated aimlessly, holding tight to its secrets. The Mary Celeste set sail from New York City to Genoa on November 7, 1872. A promising voyage, yet destined to be etched in the annals of history as an enigma that continues to puzzle and intrigue. The Mary Celeste, a brigantine of 100 feet in length, was no ordinary ship. Her deck, sturdy and vast, bore the weight of over 1,700 barrels, filled to the brim with denatured alcohol. This cargo, volatile but lucrative, was destined for the sunny vineyards of Italy, where it would be used in the fortification of wines. But the heart of the Mary Celeste was her crew, a band of 7 experienced seamen led by Captain Benjamin Briggs, a man of strong principles and steadfast faith. Briggs was a seasoned mariner, having sailed the world's oceans for the better part of his 37 years. Accompanying him on this voyage was his wife, Sarah, a woman of equal grit and determination, and their 2-year-old daughter, Sophia. A family embarking on an adventure across the Atlantic, oblivious to the fate that awaited them. The crew was a diverse group, men hailing from all corners of the globe, from the boisterous German brothers who manned the ship's rigging, to the quiet Nova Scotian cook who served warm meals in the heart of the stormy sea. Each man played his part, each man a cog in the intricate machinery that was the Mary Celeste. As the ship left the harbor, Captain Briggs likely stood at the helm, his eyes fixed on the horizon, his mind filled with thoughts of the journey ahead. He would have felt the familiar thrill of a new voyage, the fluttering anticipation of the unknown. His wife, Sarah, and their young daughter, Sophia, would have stood by his side, sharing in the excitement, the promise of adventure. And so, they sailed forth, the Mary Celeste and her crew, into the vast, unforgiving Atlantic. Their destination, Genoa, Italy. Their route, fraught with peril and uncertainty. Unbeknownst to them, their journey would become one of history's greatest maritime mysteries. No distress signals were sent, no signs of struggle or violence. Yet the Mary Celeste, a ship sturdy as they come, was found aimless, her crew nowhere to be seen. The mystery of their disappearance is as dense as the fog that often shrouds the sea. Various theories have been proposed, each more intriguing than the last. Piracy, the first theory, seems plausible on the surface. The Mary Celeste was carrying a cargo of alcohol, a tempting prize for any marauder of the high seas. But this theory crumbles when you consider that the ship's cargo was found intact. No pirate worth his salt would leave such a bounty untouched. Another theory suggests mutiny, a rebellion within the ship. But again, where is the evidence? The personal belongings of the crew were found undisturbed, the ship's logbook updated until the day before its discovery. If a mutiny had occurred, surely there would be signs of a struggle, of conflict. But the Mary Celeste bore no such scars. The most chilling theory is perhaps the most mundane: fumes from the alcohol cargo. Imagine, if you will, the crew, inebriated by the potent fumes, becoming disoriented, their senses dulled. In their confused state, they abandon the ship, only to be swallowed by the merciless sea. This theory is bolstered by the fact that some of the alcohol casks were found empty, their contents presumably evaporated. But each theory leaves us with more questions than answers. Why were the ship's provisions enough for 6 months left untouched? Why were the lifeboat and navigational equipment missing? Why did the ship's captain, an experienced seaman, leave his ship and his fate to the whims of the sea? The disappearance of the Mary Celeste's crew is a mystery that has intrigued and baffled us for over a century. Theories abound, but the truth remains as elusive as a ghost ship in the fog, yet the crew vanished, swallowed by the sea. The mystery deepened as investigators boarded the abandoned ship. The Mary Celeste, once bustling with life, now stood as a ghostly testament to an enigma that defied all logic. The seasoned investigators, well versed in the language of the sea, found themselves grappling with a silence that spoke volumes. As they journeyed deeper into the ship, they encountered an eerie sight. The ship was in perfect condition. Food and water supplies were ample. The crew's personal belongings, from clothes to pipes, lay untouched, as if frozen in time. It was as though the crew had simply vanished into thin air. However, the most baffling finding was the ship's logbook. This sacred document, the heart and soul of any ship, was missing its last several days of entries. It was an unusual occurrence, to say the least. A ship's logbook is the captain's confidant, the silent witness to the highs and lows of a voyage. The missing pages were like torn chapters from a gripping novel, leaving the plot hanging in the air. The investigators, scratching their heads, could only speculate on the fate of the entries. Had they been deliberately torn out? Were they lost to the elements, or did something more ominous lead to their disappearance? The absence of these entries was like a gaping hole in the fabric of the investigation, a void that echoed with unanswered questions. As they left the ship, the investigators couldn't shake the disturbing feeling that the Mary Celeste was concealing more than it revealed. The ship was a puzzle with missing pieces, a riddle wrapped in an enigma. The investigators' findings, far from providing answers, only deepened the mystery that shrouded the ship. The Mary Celeste was a ship without a past, sailing into an uncertain future. It was a silent sentinel of the sea, guarding its secrets with an iron resolve, refusing to yield to the relentless pursuit of truth. The Mary Celeste, once a beacon of human endeavor, was now a haunting symbol of an enigma that refused to be unraveled. Over the years, countless theories have attempted to unravel the mystery. The tale of the Mary Celeste has been like a siren song to theorists and skeptics alike, each drawn to the enigma with their own interpretation of the events. Let's delve into some of the most prominent ones, shall we? One theory that has captured public imagination is that of sea monsters. Now, don't laugh it off just yet. The ocean is a vast, largely unexplored place, home to a myriad of creatures we know next to nothing about. Some speculate that an encounter with an unknown marine behemoth could have caused the crew to abandon ship in panic. While this theory is certainly thrilling, it lacks substantial evidence. No signs of a monstrous attack were found on the ship, and the scientific community largely dismisses this theory as pure fantasy. Next up, we have the waterspout theory. Waterspouts, or sea tornadoes, are powerful columns of air and water that can wreak havoc on any vessel unfortunate enough to cross their path. Some theorize that a waterspout could have been responsible for the disappearance of the Mary Celeste's crew. To test this theory, scientists conducted experiments simulating waterspout conditions. the results were inconclusive. While a waterspout could have caused some of the observed anomalies on the ship, it would not explain why the crew's belongings and the ship's cargo were left untouched. Then, there's the theory of crew madness. The isolation, harsh living conditions, and monotony of life at sea can take a severe toll on a person's mental health. Some believe that one or more of the crew members may have succumbed to madness, leading to a violent mutiny or mass hysteria that resulted in everyone abandoning ship. While this theory is plausible, no evidence of violence was found on the ship, and the personal belongings of the crew were left behind, contradicting the idea of a planned desertion. Lastly, we have the scientific theory of alcohol fume explosion. The Mary Celeste was carrying a cargo of industrial alcohol, a volatile substance. Some scientists proposed that an alcohol fume explosion could have scared the crew into abandoning ship. Experiments were conducted to test this theory. While the tests did produce minor explosions, they were not powerful enough to cause significant damage to a ship the size of the Mary Celeste. As we can see, each theory brings with it a new layer of intrigue, yet none provide a definitive answer. The sea keeps its secrets, and the Mary Celeste is no exception. The truth may forever remain shrouded in the depths, as elusive as the ship's ghostly namesake. The Mary Celeste's story doesn't end with her abandoned voyage. After her infamous journey, the Mary Celeste continued to sail the seas, her decks once again filled with crew and cargo. Yet her eerie past seemed to cast a long shadow over her future. She changed hands 17 times in the 13 years that followed her fateful voyage. Many of her owners and captains reported a string of bad luck, from losing cargo to facing severe storms, leading some to believe that the ship was cursed. Even amidst the superstition and fear, the Mary Celeste remained in service, her sails billowing against the sky, her hull cutting through the waves. She carried everything from timber to raw cotton, from New York to the West Indies and back again. But the specter of her past was never far behind, a ghostly presence lingering in her empty cabins and echoing in the creak of her timbers. In 1885, her luck finally ran out. Under the command of her last captain, a man named Gilman C. Parker, the Mary Celeste met her end. Parker, in a desperate scheme to commit insurance fraud, deliberately wrecked the ship near the coast of Haiti. He loaded her with worthless cargo, claimed it was valuable, and then intentionally sank her in an attempt to collect the insurance money. But his plan was uncovered, and he was brought to justice. The once proud and sturdy ship, that had withstood the trials of the sea and the weight of a haunting mystery, was reduced to a watery grave. Her wooden bones now rest on the ocean floor, covered in a blanket of silt and sea life. She's out of reach, out of sight, but not out of mind. Today, the Mary Celeste rests at the bottom of the ocean, a silent testament to a mystery unsolved. The story of the Mary Celeste continues to captivate and confound. Eternally etched into the annals of maritime history, the Mary Celeste sails on, not upon the ocean waves, but through our collective imagination. Her tale, one of the most chilling and enduring mysteries of the sea, has transcended the boundaries of time and space, seeping into the very fabric of our culture. This ghost ship, forever sailing through a fog of uncertainty, has served as a muse for countless storytellers. From literature to film, the Mary Celeste has inspired a myriad of works, each attempting to unravel her enigmatic voyage. Her story has been inked onto the pages of numerous novels and short stories, her spectral presence haunting the silver screen in films and documentaries. She's become a cornerstone in the realm of the unknown, a symbol for all that remains unexplained. Her name, whispered in hushed tones, is synonymous with the inexplicable, the eerie, the otherworldly. Her legacy isn't confined to the realm of entertainment alone. The Mary Celeste has also made a profound impact on maritime law and practices. Her story serves as a chilling reminder to all who dare to brave the sea's unpredictable nature, leading to more stringent safety measures and navigation practices. In popular culture, she's become a metaphor for mystery and the unexplained. Her name is invoked in conversations about the unknown, her story told and retold, each iteration adding another layer to the enigma. She's become a symbol, a representation of all the mysteries that the sea holds in its unfathomable depths. The Mary Celeste, with her crew vanished and her voyage unending, continues to baffle and bewitch. Her story, a beacon in the darkness, guiding us into the heart of the unknown. She represents our innate desire to explore, to understand, to solve the unsolvable. Indeed, the Mary Celeste has left an indelible mark on our world, her story a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown. Her legacy, much like the sea she sailed, is vast and deep, a testament to the enduring mystery of the Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste, an enduring symbol of the sea's mystery and might. For your next video, check out this one right here. It's about a weird incident in Dyatlov where a group of researchers mysteriously disappeared.